It's story time, so grab yourself something that you love to drink and let's talk. I want to talk about my favorite client, the client that started everything. Her story is amazing and I am so proud of her. This client is me. My journey began with me. I never intended to pursue health coaching or to become a yoga teacher. I started off studying engineering and I worked in that profession for many years until I had the greatest breakdown I had ever experienced. My whole life was full with self-doubt, pain, and anguish, always looking outside of me for validation and never feeling like I was enough. Never feeling like I was pretty enough, thin enough, smart enough. And I searched in all the wrong places for my self-worth and my value. I had no idea who I was or what made me happy. And so I embarked on the greatest journey of my life with my most beautiful and successful client. I took her from depressed, miserable, suicidal, unhealthy to joyful, energetic, and actually finding the power to pursue what was important to her. All my life, I had been looking at the values of others, comparing myself to others' success and thinking that that's what I needed to do to feel that way, because I wanted to feel like them so much. I wanted to feel like that girl who I thought was so beautiful and confident, who could stand up for herself, who could say no and not just give in to what made her feel sick inside. That lady was a mystery to me. And I looked up to everyone around me, literally everyone. I saw myself as a nothing. And when I found myself clinically severely depressed was when I realized that all my suspicions all along were right. I would look for love. I would look for praise. And I would literally burn myself out doing it. I would do things for everybody else and always put myself last. Even when I worked out and tried to lose weight, it was because I thought I would fit in. It was because I thought people would love me more. And no matter what I did, it never felt like enough. So when I was diagnosed and had to go on medication, I started to dial in on my nutrition. And I saw that I needed to stop dieting so that I would look better and start focusing on the foods that gave me nutrition, that made me feel great. And this was difficult because it went against a lot of the diet culture and a lot of what I grew around with. It was scary. And all along this way, what you need to realize, what I needed to realize, was that the reason certain things felt so complicated and difficult for me was because those were my specific wounds. And every client that comes into me has very unique wounds. Something that might seem effortless to somebody else is going to throw you into a huge dysregulation. Silly things, well, silly to others, would literally have me in a crying mess, unable to do anything for 2 days. Everything would just pause. I would stop showing up. I would stop showing up even for my clients because it is a never-ending journey. When I started learning yoga, when I started doing yoga for myself, I loved it so much, but stuff started to change. I started to feel different, and I was like, I love it so much, and I feel that there's so much of depth to this practice that I started to go into the methodology and the history behind it. And all along this way, it lit me up. It lit up my soul in ways that I could never explain. I had read hundreds of self-help books, and nothing seemed to work. It's because I needed to embody it, and I needed to experience it. I needed to experience that dark night of the soul where you surrender, and where I have seen so many of my clients surrender, reaching that rock bottom and being there to lift them up when nobody was there to lift me up. I had to learn how to lift myself up. And even when I felt sorry for myself and I felt like giving up so many times, something kept me going. And now I understand why. It's because I needed to experience it so that I could understand what it would be like for my clients, who at the time I never even knew I would have clients. And then I studied the yoga teacher training. I loved it. I loved teaching my students, but I still felt like I was pathetic at the postures, like I wasn't a good teacher, like I wasn't flexible enough. It was that constant judgment. And then I found meditation. Meditation changed my life. Okay, and that's when I was like, oh my word, I have to learn. For me, learning has been a huge thing. I have a thirst for knowledge, but I had always been going down the wrong paths of knowledge. I was looking at what people thought is intelligence, when I never saw and I never acknowledged that I had my own kind of intelligence. Everybody does, and it's never going to look like someone else's. It's not meant to. This is why you are your own person. Your soul has this gift, has specific gifts, has specific callings, and it will never look like anybody else's. I needed to experience all of it. And so I became the meditation coach. And then I studied to be a health coach. And I loved it. And I loved the whole process of coaching myself. When I got in, and I attracted women who were just like me, who had gone through the same things as I did. And it felt effortless, it felt easy. And I never thought too far ahead, but I could see that this is what I want to do. I never even knew that it would one day turn into a company and I would be coaching groups of people. But it has been a step-by-step daily choice of doing the scary stuff, because it is going to scare you. It's new to you. And this is where I am today. And now I'm an energy healer, but I had to work on my own energy first. And this was very vulnerable for me to share, but I want you to know that you're not alone, and that no matter where you are, the reason you are experiencing difficulty and pain and trauma is for you to wake up to your gifts and for you to see that there's more to you than your trauma, than your past, than your anxiety. These are all messages that are designed to push you in the direction that you're meant to go. And I wish you all of the luck in this. Follow the glimmers, follow what lights you up. Cry the ugly tears when they come up, but don't give up, because you can get from wherever you are now to places that you can't even conceive of now. Let the path reveal itself.